Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast. This is Kavi.
And this is Matt.
Today we'll be discussing the high imports of automobiles in Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is one of the largest importers of cars globally. And this number keeps increasing year by year by year. In 2020, Saudi Arabia imported 544,000 vehicles, and this put them as the 13th largest exporter of cars globally. Importer, sorry. And this only increased in 2021, with the country importing 546,000, which helped it to rise to the 12th largest importer in the world.
The countries that Saudi Arabia imports from the most are Japan, South Korea, and the United States. This makes sense, as these countries tend to produce very high-quality cars, and they can handle the abuse of the harsh climate and terrain. The hot, arid climate of the desert is just full of sand, and the harsh off-road use really adds up. Fords, Toyotas, Dodges, they're all commonly employed as fleet vehicles here in the United States, where they can commonly be seen to rack up mileage totals some higher than, 250,000 miles.
So, moving on to sales, but still focusing on Saudi Arabia. The sale of cars peaked in 2017 with 537,000 units being sold in Saudi Arabia. This took a dip in 2018, but ever since it's been rising back up. It is expected to rise from 483,000 units sold in 2022 to 497,000 units in 2023. Still not hitting the peak of 2017, but getting close back to it. And an interesting fact is that more than half of Saudi Arabia's used cars are exported to Sudan. Specifically, 54.6% of those used cars are exported. And these cars, and this makes up, in total, $277 million worth of Saudi cars end up going to Sudan.
Now, the runner-up in terms of exported Saudi cars would be the United Arab Emirates, where Saudi Arabia exports about $54.6 million worth of used cars. That's about 10% of all Saudi exports ending up in the United Arab Emirates. Another interesting transition point here is that the share of automotive aftermarket sales in the Middle East is a quarter of it. About 26.28% of it is just purely tires, which, it's believable when you take a look at the videos of Saudis drifting and going crazy on the streets in Riyadh. They really do put their tires to good use. Lubricant is another 11% of all automotive aftermarket sales by parts. And then the third largest category is axles and transmissions, which of course in a desert climate like this is not a lifetime item, it's more of a wear and tear item considering the high heat and sandblasting that they're subject to on a day-to-day basis. Thank you for sticking with us, and we sure hope that you'll stick around to listen to our next podcast episodes. This has been Kavi.
And this has been Matt.
Thank you for your time.